Hello and welcome. My name's Derek and I sell physical media on eBay. I'm still making videos about that. This is a What's Sold video. For some reason, Janelle Monáe, her song Many Moons came to mind. Stop the music. I have no idea why that just came to mind. Like when I did that, just thought of part of the song from. I remember watching. Actually, that song is in Stargate Universe, and then I used that song in like a movie maker, which was Windows. Well, what Clipchamp is now is what Windows Movie Maker was. And I made a video for some college project or something, and I used that song in it. But I have no idea why it came to mind. But it is a sales video. It's enough, definitely enough. And a couple internationals, which really boosted it up. So there's only 6 that are going out. And I'm going to start with a pair of frames, of which I'm going to get. These ones are, to me, worthy enough to show and talk a little bit about. Show and tell time. One of the boxes of frames and sunglasses. So these are... So I keep the sunglasses on one side most of the time. They'll stay like that. So I'm just trying to eyeball down. They may be in here with the sunglasses. But they are a dark... These might be them. Nope. Another pair of... Oh, these are. Now, I do have 2 pair. Yes, these are them. I do have a couple pair with these little folding side shields, little mesh shields. All right, so I got these AO, American Optical. You can see, like, they haven't been worn much. I mean, they may have bent in a little, but they haven't been worn much at all. And they have these little mesh shields and little screws and rivets. These are all nice and clean. And these will go over like this. No, head is too big for these. But these just protect the side. Right? Like you can see a lot of people wear the leather ones that go all the way over, and they have that mesh to help move the air around, walking around in the desert. But yeah, these are old vintage AO safety glasses. I don't remember where I got them. Again, most frames and sunglasses and stuff that I buy are going to be $2, sometimes $3, but most of the time they're like $2 or less. And whenever I'm at a place and I see sunglasses or frames, I'll just go take a look. And I've sold them longer than I've had been on YouTube. Maybe 3 years, 4 years. I've really got more into them. So it's just one of those, if I see a wherever they're at, I'll stop and I'll just look. And anymore, I don't want to get a whole bunch of $15 pairs because they don't take up a lot of room. I don't get a whole lot of $15 pairs, but if I buy like a bag that's got 60 pair in it for $10, yeah, I'm going to end up with them. And if that brand and or style stands a chance to sell, I'll take pictures and list them and just wait. And then eventually they'll come down. I still have that bit of the sunglasses that I took down a month and a half ago. I took the metal ones apart, the frames, and a lot of them are going to be like aluminum or titanium or variations of that, variations of different alloys and stuff. And then I have a whole bin of like, I don't know, maybe 30 that are all plastic framed. And then all the rest are still listed. So these, I don't remember where I got them. Picked them up for $1 or $2. They haven't been too long, listed too long. And I'm always going to save at least one picture with a date stamp. And of course, that's when eBay's going to, or at least this tablet, it's going to show smaller pictures instead of the main picture. Yeah, so I can't zoom in to see it. unless I already clicked anything. I haven't had them too long. No more than 3 months, probably only 2. But these are $64. So for $2, they go out first class. For some reason, my interwebs page shut down. Okay. All right. Time for this other thing. So $64 for those. Get this other thing. Really nice find. I paid for this next one $1. All right. So we have this Nakamichi reference tape. So it's a XC90 ferrocobalt high bias. So a lot of these are reference tapes. I guess you consider like a line level. So you'll put the cassette in, and I'm not sure if this is completely blank or if it actually has sounds to where you can line and match a reference, or a line level would be 2000 hertz is line level in audio realm. I'm sure there's other uses for line level, but this one here, I'm not sure if it would be one that you put in and you would play back and you level things up, or you could use this as recordable. Not 100% how these ones worked, but a reference tape or a Nakamichi. If you find anything Nakamichi, like I did up here at the miscellaneous barn, except for that amp wasn't worth what it was priced for. Well, it was priced lower than what it was, what you could get for it, but it was like I don't know, $150 online, and dude wanted like $60 or $90 for it. So after all fees and shipping, and I'm not that type of stereo I don't want to build. But this is $95. So paid $1, either $1 or $2, and I believe I got it up at Savers. 3D Ultra Contraptions. All right, this 3D Ultra Contraptions. All right, so no barcode. It's another just PC game software thing. So it's one of those I'm gonna look up. Like, I don't remember it. There's a ton of PC games, just as there's a ton of other video games that are out there. To me, PC games, if it's PC game and if it's somewhere, it's going to be whatever their CDs are. Or it's going to be less. It's going to be 50 cents, or as opposing to $6 for a run-of-the-mill, very, very common Atari game, and all other video games are pretty much $6 or more, no matter where you go. I do buy video games, console games, but when they're worthwhile. Every once in a while, there is one for that did sell, and I'll show you. All right, so this one is $13. So not making a whole bunch, but if I paid 50 cents for it, haven't had that one for too long either. C41. Soft Machine. Third. All right, the Soft Machine. $12. So this, I believe I got this at a business estate sale. So I got those boxes of the 8-tracks and cassette tapes and a big box of CDs. I don't remember the exact numbers, what it was, but I would have paid maybe 30 cents for that. But $12. Got to get a good book. All right, so we have the Standard Textbook of Cosmetology. So remember talking about this one, it's when I went down to the Orville. Again, Orville were Smucker's, the Jelly Jam Orville. That's where the Smucker's headquarters is. And then if you just go a little east, then you'll end up at the Football Hall of Fame. I mean, a little. It's a good little. But you'll end up at the Football Hall of Fame. And if you go a little north of that, you'll end up at the Goodyear Blimp Hangar. And if you end up a little north of that, you'll end up at the Inventors Hall of Fame in Akron. And so, pretty diverse area out here. But this standard book of cosmetology, older book, got it down. I found two that day. And I believe I got this one first, and I saw another one. And it was much newer, so I just typed it up by year. So looking this one up, a lot of them were all listed by a year. And in here, I just could not find a year. Guest Zoto's Wave. I'm not sure exactly, but Leliora, Leliora, went to Riggs Meyer Akron Beauty School. Riggs Meyer Akron Beauty School. But all the other ones that I saw have a year. And I looked on all kinds of beginning pages and at the end, and I looked all over and couldn't find a year. And this one has, you can see it has writing, pencil writing in it from probably way when ago. And my best guess is maybe 90 years ago. Because so it's what I had to do. And I said this before. So I need to find out what this one is, but it's best for me to find out what it is not. So is what I'll do. So if I have 1938 question mark in the title, so if I type this up and I go into hardcovers, I'm going to type in hyphen paperback, hyphen PB, and then hit search. And then that'll take out anything that is PB or paperback that's in everybody else's title. So any other subsequent words or anything else that I can use, such as typing 1945, 1954, 1966, 1971, whatever the other years are, hyphen, 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 hyphen. They keep doing that, and it's going to narrow down. Then I find ones that look like this. And then ultimately what was left were ones that looked like this or whichever, and then I narrowed it down more, and this is going to be most likely a very, very early edition. Because if I remember right, some of the other ones went earlier than 1938, but not by much. So it's going to be a very, very earlier one. All years still sell, but the older the better. So did I do all that hyphening when I was at the store to figure that out? No. Did I see that, for the most part, just these older looking cosmetology books, Milady. And Milady is still around. I mean, they still have schools and online programs. They're still around. No, I just typed it up. I saw it was an order one, hit sold. Oh, they do sell for 15, 20. Well, I doubt I would have done it for $15, but oh, they do sell for $25, $30, $40. I'll go home and I'll figure it out more. And that's what I did. This one, 63. Another thumbs up. It's coming up a couple nice chunky sales. I guess I don't know. I'm going to leave that. Is this widescreen blocked? I'm just going to leave that one alone. I don't need that sale. I don't need people like you. If it's a question that I can answer because the information is not available in the listing, I'll answer it. And in yesterday's video, that's how I addressed some of the people who asked questions or made comments. I'll answer those ones. Like someone asked if something was someone wrote something was in French, right, in one of the comments. That I'll do. If I have a disc that's covering up the back, and especially if it's covering up like and I don't take pictures like that. I put it right on the edge anymore, so I don't have to keep looking, physically finding the item, because I'm the one I blocked that information with the disc when I took the picture. So I did that to myself. So I'm not going to get mad at somebody else because they want an answer to a question that is in the listing on the item, but I covered that information up. That's on me. So yeah, I'll go around and I'll pick those and I'll answer those ones. But if someone's like, no, man, I don't need sales like that. I could have, yeah, I could have just answered the question. It's on the back. It's normal aspect ratio 4.3. I would have sent that. Then I would have wrote, "You're fucking lazy, blocked." Because I don't need those little $18 sales. I don't need those people that are just sorry. Oh, you're sorry, man. I mean, I know what I get out of when I continue to put effort into something. And if one extra second is too much effort for some people, no wonder why they're the ones complaining. You know, there's a. Oh, never mind. All right. And this, speaking of video games, except for this one I got at the Long Lost store, which would have been just over a year now. And it was pretty. I mean, I cleaned it up quite a bit, but you can still see a lot of the little light scuffs and scratches on it. But it was pretty bad, and I had it listed for like $30 in the condition it would need resurfaced. And then, like a month or so later, is when I bought that resurfacer. And then I took down a bunch of that stuff, and that's my very first resurfacing video of me doing, I don't know, there were probably 40 discs that I did that whole time. So January, February of last year would it be? Yeah. But this is $43. So I had it for a little while, but I do video games. Do I intentionally go out and buy, $10 game at a store and they sell for $40? No. Can I and still make money? Yeah. But for that $10, I can get $300 worth of stuff, $500 worth of stuff for that same $10. It's not like it's going to break me, so I'm not trying to just maximize that $10, but I'm not going to actively look to make less money with the same money. Yeah, but it's a little more work because you're taking all that time to take all those pictures. $25, $30 profit versus $200 profit. Take more pictures, put a little more effort in, and you get the result of just the more you do, the more you get. And the more you do, the more you look, the more answers. Kind of like an investigator. The more you look around, the more you're going to find the stuff, find the information you need. I don't know. Call it being astute. Observational. So it is 380 out of 6, but 290. Still, that's pretty good. I mean, almost 300 out of 6. That's $50 average. But that those international fees, that's $45 average. One is going to Slovakia. Actually, what is it? Yeah, that the Nakamichi is going to Slovakia. I looked it up. And it was like interesting, and it's such a cool. It's just a real small town inside of interesting, but still. All right, we're gonna wrap that one up. Like what you heard, like what you saw, like what you learned. Video games for that, for that sense, the Nakamichi, even the eyeglass frames, but I mean the older book. I mean, these are going to be more likely to come around, are these cosmetology books, but the older ones, right? It's just an older book, so I'm just not going to say cosmetology, but if you just keep cosmetology in mind, if you see one of the older ones, be like, oh, I remember Derek talking about one of those. And then type in the year. But these old safety glasses, old glasses and frames. I used to do a lot of other accessories as well, but sunglasses and frames just always tended to do better. And for the same price, I mean, you could get spend $3 on a belt buckle and it's a $30 belt buckle. Yeah, that's a good ratio. I could spend $2 on a pair of glasses and they could be $30 or $50 or $100 or whichever. There's just more sunglasses and frames out there than there are belt buckles and tie clips, ones that you're going to find that are going to be worthwhile. More for my effort, more for my time. I'm doing the same time for product that's more of and a lot more of it is going to be worth more. I don't know. I guess you just got to be smart to put in effort. Tell me think you're going up. Comment down below. Subscribe, share. Those are all free. They help me. They help you. So we can learn about other things in eBay. Appreciate it. Thank you.